Thank you everyone for calling in. I think we're going to get a few more people. If you guys could just mute yourself too, if you don't mind. Obviously speak up if you want to, but just so there's no background noise of beautiful little children running around. So thanks guys for calling in. I know it's not the easiest part of the day for anyone, but I love being able to see you guys and catch up and brainstorm together. It's one of my favorite times of the week. So thank you again, guys. Oh, hey, Cole. So cute. I know you guys are muted, but I want to give this opportunity. I know there's not many people on the call, but if you guys want to give someone a shout out that's maybe hit a rank advancement or is doing really well in their business, if anyone wants to unmute themselves and do that, that'd be great. I definitely want to.
Oh, sorry.
Okay. I was like, I think she tried to unmute herself.
So I tried to unmute it by clicking my name. It's been one of those days. Yeah, so I just want to give a shout out to both Lisa Willette and Cindy Deschard. Hold on, and Cindy Deschard, because they both have hit emeralds in their business. So that's all I wanted to say.
Awesome. That's so great. Congrats, ladies. That's great. Cole, you want to say hi?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Hi.
Hi, buddy. It's good to see you.
Good.
So cute. I definitely want to give a shout out to Holly. She is rocking her business. I don't know, she's been a coach for a month now, and she's really like on her way to Diamond, guys. She's doing amazing. I'm so proud of her. She's not only, helping people and growing in her business, she's really made a strong effort to learn about this business and already stand out and start groups on her own, and the effort and dedication that she has for this, guys, is truly inspiring me every day. So I love you, Holly, and I'm so proud of you, of everything that you're accomplishing with your own personal goals and helping others. So definitely want to give you a shout out. And my new coach, Jackie, I know I gave her a shout out on the page. I don't know if she's called in, but she's been a coach for, I don't know, a hot minute, a couple days, and she's already at Emerald and Success Club 4. So woohoo to Jackie. I'm so excited for her. She's extremely excited to get going. She actually had an injury. She had bought size and started it and loved it, and then she bought the 21-day fix. So she's kind of combining them with what she can do now, but super proud of her, and you guys will be seeing a lot of her soon, I'm sure. Look at Cole's faces. Oh my God, he's the cutest thing ever. So tonight I really, I was thinking about topics that I could bring to the table, and from conversations with you guys and kind of the things that I feel like, I'm struggling with at times in my business, and when I'm having lows, like, why am I having those lows? And something that I felt like could really add value to you guys was talking about discipline and long-term vision. These are such important topics in this business, and something that I'm sure we were all kind of thinking about on a daily basis. But when you get busy and you're just thinking of all the things that you need to accomplish, things kind of get lost, and you don't kind of focus in on exactly what we need to be doing every day in order to get where we want to be. And I want to start with a few quotes that I found to be really inspiring around discipline. So one of the things that came out of Summit was discipline trumps talent. And this has always spoke a lot to me because I don't know if you guys are familiar with, how Albert Einstein's story and Michael Jordan's story and, even Stephen King, like they all have very different backgrounds, but they all kind of had this same struggle getting started with their dreams and following their passions with, they had some kind of talent, but not the talent that you would think that they had to get where they actually got in their lifetime. A lot of it was around discipline and their power and will to want to succeed. So there's a few quotes from all of them that I want to share with you guys. So a quote from Albert Einstein was, "I have no special talent. I am only passionately curious." And that really spoke to me because we all know Albert Einstein. Like, we all think he's the most brilliant man in the world, but he clearly doesn't think that. Like, he felt like, I'm just passionate about inventing things and math, and basically that curiosity in his mind made him successful because he wanted to be trying new things and inventing things. So that really spoke to me. Michael Jordan said, talent wins games, but teamwork and intelligence win championships. And Stephen King said, talent is cheaper than table salt. What separates the talented individual from the successful one is a lot of hard work. Obviously a little quirky because it's Stephen King, but again, talks about how, discipline, teamwork, intelligence is what really makes a difference and stands out over talent. So when it comes to success, I believe the three qualities that are important are hard work, persistence, and desire. When I look at my business and I think about the hardest part of this business for me has been when I started to grow my business and I had other coaches reaching out to me, other coaches that weren't even under me, looking to me for advice because they saw through Facebook how well I was doing. And for me, it kind of brings me back to how Albert Einstein felt. Like, it was like, I didn't think I was anything special. Like, I had a really hard time to communicate what I was doing in the business. And I remember like the first time it happened and I was sitting next to the couch with Matt and I was like, I don't even know how to respond to this. Like, what am I doing differently? And like, he's like, Heather, like, you're a hard worker. Like, you put in the time, you're consistent, you're dedicated, you really care about people. And those are things, and sometimes it's hard for us to see these qualities in ourselves. And it was hard for me. I didn't know how to communicate that effectively to someone else in order to help them and inspire them to grow. So this is something that I've really thought about along my business, and something that I think is important for us to talk about, because I'm sure at times, if you're not having those feelings now, you're going to have them in their business. And it's important to know how to cope with them and know how to use them to not only help yourself, but to help others around you as well. So basically all that came down to was the discipline that I had for this business. And honestly, guys, that's something I found through Beachbody. I was always great at my career. I definitely started to rise in advertising and marketing. I was a senior account executive when I left corporate, which is, a pretty admirable role, but I didn't have the discipline and dedication, passion for what I did until Beachbody came around. So a hard part for me was these feelings that I had for this business were very new to me. Me staying up working all night, like that's something I would have never done before. Like, I was like, that can wait till the next day. I don't care about that. Like, that is not something that like was naturally instilled in me, I guess. So like, I guess that goes back to like that talent part of it. Like, I don't feel like I have a talent to be good at this business. I love it and I have passion for it. And that drives me to succeed every day. And that's where that discipline comes into play, because I don't want to fail because I enjoy it that much. So that's something I want you guys to really think about. There holds greater value than sheer talent. Just about anyone with normal intelligence can learn to accomplish a certain activity or behavior. This is something that I was reading today, which made a lot of sense to me. You can learn how to do anything. Like, let's be honest, like Google it, look it up. Like, if you study it enough and put enough time in, you can be successful at it. You don't have to have a natural talent ability. I was actually had a meeting earlier this week with my MBA program with a consultant, because consulting is obviously really interesting to me. That's kind of maybe where I want to take my career someday. And he was like, he really put it blunt for me. And he was like, you just have to have common sense to be a consultant. And I was like, come on. He's like, no, like seriously, like you can learn anything to consult a business online. Anyone can research what you're saying you're an expert on. What makes you stand out above other people is a common sense and knowing how to apply it and add value. And as stupid as that sounds, because it's like, duh, that's common sense, it really spoke to me a lot. And I was just like mind blown over something like that, like, which again sounds a little ridiculous maybe to you guys, but just thinking about things in a different way, a way that it can be useful to you, again, in order to help grow your business. Instead of overwhelming yourself about certain tasks that you have, sit down and really think about, okay, what do I need to do today? What's important in order to get to where do I want to be? Make little goals for yourself. And it's like any job. I mean, I'm sure you guys would do this at your day job. Maybe some of you guys still have a day job. I'm sure you've set specific tasks that you're your boss says that you have to get done today, and then there's other ones that you can put off. It should be the same thing with this business. I think it's easy for people, your coach is telling you you need to do these things, and you have all these other things in your mind that you want to be doing, but you definitely need to set priorities for yourself and for your coach. So that's something that, to really think about as well, guys. Sometimes talent can actually hinder accomplishment. If you tell someone over and over again that they have talent for something, they may just decide that they don't want to work hard to succeed. Needless to say, those are the people that you're not hearing from. The people that have natural talent are usually the ones that actually aren't the most successful, because they're not driving themselves to succeed, because they just have this natural ability and they go along and it works well for them to a certain extent, and then it just falls off. Because it gets to a point, every time it gets to a point where something's going to be a struggle. There's going to be a struggle that comes along. It's going to get tough. And they're not going to know what to do because they never actually had to work for something in their life. She'd probably hate me if I said this, but I'm going to say it. My sister kind of is a perfect example of this, because my sister and I have been complete opposites our entire life. She really didn't have to work hard in school. She was a natural straight A student, no issues. Like, I was like crying with my dad. Like, I had issues, really big issues with reading and issues with math at some point in my life. And I had to work for it. I put in long hours, and I ended up doing well in school, but it's definitely not something that came naturally to me. And that's always why I've been trying to push myself now going forward. Like, there was just a light bulb that went off at one point in my head that it was like, I don't care if this isn't a natural talent of mine, I am going to be good at this. And I graduated high honors at Northeastern, and I decided at one point I was going to get my MBA. 9 years later, it's finally happening. But the point of the story is my sister went to college, and because college was more, it was harder for her. It was actually something that she had to commit to and work towards, and she didn't do well. Like, it's a perfect example as when you have that natural talent, sometimes it hinders you because you just take it for granted to a bit. So my point of all this, guys, is like, if you feel like you're struggling in this business and you feel like, oh my God, like, I'm not where other people are, and I feel like I have to work harder for this, good for you. Like, that's actually an advantage for you. Like, you have to put in the effort to learn the ins and outs, to go above and beyond, to think about new things that you can be doing now. Maybe you're not even diamond yet. And yeah, some people get to diamond really quickly. Lindsay and I got there very quickly, but you're learning what we are learning now, like earlier in the process, which actually is going to help you in the end. You're learning like those next steps that you need to take in order to grow your network, in order to get people to watch your posts, get people to reach out to you. So don't look at that as a disadvantage. Look at that as an advantage to yourself. Change your mindset in that way. This whole business is run around your mindset, honestly. It has so much to do with it. And I don't know if you guys are familiar with Colleen Eddy, but she has a great video on that that I'd be happy to share with you too, about shifting your mindset and what that has done for her business. It really does go a long way in your business. So that's something I want you guys to really to take in consideration, and, take a step back tonight after this call and think, do I have the right mindset every day when I go to sit down to do my daily behaviors, and, am I thinking positive and what I really want to be doing with this business? And is it something that I really am shooting for? You can make it without natural talent if you work hard. There's no doubt about that. No one's going to argue that. But again, depending on the talent alone, if you don't have that hard work to back it up, at some point you're going to fall off. So basically the lesson here I'm trying to give you guys is talent does not give you an edge. Sorry, talent does give you an edge. You can't deny that. But hard work beats talent when talent doesn't do hard work. So basically going along what I'm saying, guys, don't rely on, oh, I had a great month. I didn't even work hard. That's kind of weird. Like, how did that go so well? And then stop because you think that your business is just going to keep working for you. It's not going to. And trust me, I've been there. I'm not going to lie. Like, I'll be honest with you guys. I've done it. I think I'm pretty consistent in my business. I'm sure you guys see that. But there have been months where I'm just like, ooh, maybe I didn't form with enough people that month. And I'm feeling it the next month because I'm struggling to hit Success Club 10, which is my goal every month, is Success Club 10. Yours might be 5, which is completely fine. But yeah, I mean, I know, like, you guys should be able to pinpoint those times in your business too, when like, like, oh shit, like I definitely dropped the ball last month and I'm feeling it now. You guys should be aware of, your self-awareness is a huge thing, and knowing when you're falling off, accept that. Don't get mad at yourself or anything, but accept, okay, I can't let that happen again. I need to be, doing things differently. What can I change in my business in order to fit forming into my daily behavior so this doesn't happen again? What was the shift in my business that made me, fall off track? So it's something that I really want you guys to kind of think about in your business. And how this works into long-term vision, guys, is, again, with being able to focus on the goal at hand. I think we talk about short-term goals so much in this business. Hit Success Club, sign on 3 new people, work towards Emerald Coach, work towards Diamond. Diamond, I honestly think of Diamond kind of as a short-term goal. You guys need to have a long-term vision of what you want this business for you. And this comes into play and connects with your why. I mean, why are you doing this? Honestly. Okay. Yeah. Most people, when I have I don't know if you guys who has active coaches, so if you've had a quick start call with someone yet to get them up and running, but when I have my getting started right calls with my new coaches, and they fill out the 7-day quick start sheet, and usually their why is something like, I want to get healthy and fit and help others. And I'm like, okay, but that's great, but your why has to make you cry, guys. Your why has to be so powerful, and I talk about this all the time, but it really does. You have to have this long-term vision, a huge vision of what you want this business to be doing for you. Mine's constantly evolving. I mean, I know a lot of you have heard my story, but, just briefly again, like, my vision in the beginning was to build some kind of income so I could move abroad. Like, that was major for me. Like, my boyfriend and I were talking about it, and there was no way I was doing it without bringing any income in. And I knew my odds of finding a job here and getting sponsored by a company was very slim to none. So yeah, helping people is something I wanted to do, but that wasn't, to be honest with you guys, that wasn't like my main reason. That wasn't my long-term vision. My long-term vision was to create this dream life for myself, to finally be able to travel the world and to be paying off this debt that was holding over me for years. I mean, I still have debt, guys. It's not even gone yet, like, because now I'm getting my MBA. Like, this is just something constant. It's something that's constantly evolving, where you have to make choices in your life to the steps that you want to work towards now. And you should have bigger goals. And if you guys can't think of a bigger goal than that, then I want to talk to you one-on-one, because, I don't know. I mean, I just can't imagine not understanding what you could be doing for you and your family. And if you're just comfortable where you are today, I would like to talk to you about that and, just kind of work through it and understand really where you are at in your life. Because for me, my long-term vision, I'm starting a new dream board, and I, recommend that you guys definitely make a dream board if you don't have one for this year. But now it's, to be able to do this full time, to pay off my school loans, to buy a house when Matt and I move home, to be able to support my family. Like, my long-term vision, Matt and I were joking, you guys probably saw the post the other day about, like, Matt said he'll never retire, he'll whatever it said. Because I was like, you want to be a stay-home dad? Like, let's make that happen. And like, these are my visions, guys. Like, this is something that, it should be bigger than you can even think possible, but something you want to work towards. Something, again, that will make you cry. So your long-term vision shouldn't be something that you see yourself, achieving this month or this quarter or even this year. And I think people get so scared by that because they feel like it's holding over them. And, what if I never get there? Well, that's what it's a long-term vision for, guys. Like, and this is why dream boards are crazy. And I don't know how many of you have actually used them and they've been successful, but when you literally make a dream board and you're looking at it every day, these crazy things come true a lot easier than you think, because it's in your mind. Again, it's your mindset, guys. When you're looking at these goals every day, you work harder to achieve them because they become real at that point. Like, you have a connection with them. It's magical. Like, that's what I'm trying to get. Absolutely, Lindsay. It's absolutely magical. And it's all about your mindset and your positive attitude and drive to understand, yeah, you know what? I can get there. That's such an exciting thing. Like, one of the biggest things I loved about Beachbody when I started, and it started the day I was on the phone and signing up with my coach, was it gave me hope. And I love that word. And this is something that I've really just realized recently with this business is I didn't have hope before. Like, I was just miserable and sad. And I honestly didn't think I was going to be able to get where I wanted to be in life. And Beachbody gave me hope. I was just talking to a new coach the other day, and I said, I have this debt now from college, like from my MBA, and I don't even care because I just know it's going to be okay. If I would have gone my MBA before starting with Beachbody, I can't even tell you how depressed I would be right now, because I would just think my world's ending. Now I'm even more debt. I don't know what I'm going to do. Like, I'm never going to be able to buy a house, never going to be able to travel and give my family the life I always wanted to give them. Like, Beachbody, even though I'm not completely making all the money to just write a check and pay it off all at once right now, I know that's possible, and I know it's going to happen, and I believe that. And the only way it's going to happen is because I'm going to get myself there. No one's going to do it for me, guys. That's where that dedication and discipline comes into play. You need to believe it, but then you need to go after it and set a plan in order to achieve it. So again, when my business is struggling, it's because of my lack of direction, my lack of focus, and the lack of my long-term vision. Too much of us set these short-term goals, which can lead to a toxic environment in which you become less motivated. And I'm feeling it right now in the team, guys. I'll be honest. Like, I feel like it's kind of crickets in my, I was just talking with Holly earlier, like my team cup page, and I haven't heard from some people in our team page, a team choose a sign page this month. And I know personally it's because people are struggling, but these guys, these are the times when I want to hear from you. Like, don't be shy. Like, we're a family, guys. Like, that's something that I really stay true to. And like, I want you guys to feel that I love you guys, like, not just as my coaches, like as my friends, as my business partners. Like, I mean, I do this and I want to become a good leader because I want you guys to succeed. I want to help you guys. So please don't be embarrassed. Please don't feel like you're letting me down. You know, like I can't help you unless I know that you guys need to be helped. And that is something that I will continue to say over and over again until you guys really sink in. And like, honestly, let me know if there's something different that I can be doing in order to make you guys feel that kind of love and, you know, leadership, that you feel like you have me here in order to help you guys. Cause that's really important to me. So, you know, if I can be doing something different in order to, you know, help that communication, please let me know. So in order to get to your long-term vision, I have 5 things that I want to go over. So assess the current state of your business. So again, what we were just talking about, how are things going? Are you hitting your monthly goals? What do you want? Why do you want to be hitting your monthly goals? So that's a really important one, guys. I think, again, your coach tells you, you need to be hitting Success Club every month. You need to be working towards Diamond. Well, what the hell do you want? Like, why are you doing those things? You may want those things too, because you know those are things you need to do in order to be successful in this business. And they absolutely are. I'm not saying those goals aren't important, because they are goals that I recommend you definitely set for yourself. But again, you need to connect those to something bigger. Why do you want to hit Success Club every month? Because you want to continue to grow your business, because you want to continue to grow your paychecks, because you want to go on the free cruise next year. Sorry, I wish it was next month. I want all you guys there with me. Like, do you know how much that would mean to me to have my team on that cruise with me? Like, we'll take over that ship, guys. That would be like team choose to shine ship. Say that fast 5 times. But seriously, guys, like, these are the exciting things. You could bring your family on a free cruise. Like, how cool is that? I mean, those trips, the Success Club trips, are not business trips. It's not like Summit. It's not a learning opportunity. It's a networking opportunity. You just hang out with your family. It's amazing. So connect your small monthly goals with a bigger goal. So you understand why you're hitting them every month, and you're not just like, you know, oh, I'm doing this because like my coach tells me I need to do it. Like, that's not fun. That sounds awful. Like, I don't want to do something just because I feel like I have to do it. Like, do it because you want to do it, and because like you're working towards something that's going to change your life. Like, that's the exciting part of all this. and again, which comes along with that, always pair your short-term vision with a long-term vision. That's something I don't think we talk about enough, guys. We talk about short-term goals. Pair it with a long-term vision, something that excites you, something that gets you excited that you want to continue to work for, and something that, you know, not to make you cry necessarily. I mean, that's your why. Yeah. Something that you're passionate about, something that, you know, you want to work towards. Align your goals with financial goals. This is something I also feel like I don't talk about enough with everyone. And, you know, everyone I think sometimes is scared and frightened to talk about where they want to be financially. They don't really understand how that connects to what they're doing every day. Again, connecting what you're doing every day to where you want to be. That's really important, guys. Talk to your coach about it. I know some of you may not know your coach really well. Maybe you just met on social media, whatever it may be. But, you know, try to find that comfort, or find another peer or upline coach or someone who's successful in the business that you feel comfortable talking about this with. And, you know, tell them, like, I want to leave my day job in, I don't know, make it realistic, 3 months or 5 months. I want to retire my husband in a year. Like, if these are things you guys really want, you need to be able to communicate it to someone who can help you. I know, like, Lindsay and I definitely have gotten more personal in the last couple months since we've gotten to know each other better. And I'm grateful for that, because now I have a very clear vision of where she wants to be, like what's going to help her and her family, and how I can help her get there. I don't think Jenny's on the call, but like one of Jenny's big goals is to retire her husband, not retire herself, retire her husband. So, you know, then we have to talk about, okay, what's the income that he's making? So these are sensitive conversations, guys, but what's the income he is making, or at least a ballpark that I know we need to get you to in order to retire him. And not only that, not the amount of money you need, but how we can work your business in order for that to happen, guys. Rank's important. It's important definitely to hit diamond. That's a good milestone. But then when it gets to diamond, that's when you start kind of working your business and figuring out, how do I work it to my goals? And what I mean by that is, you know, sometimes people want the rank advancement. They want to be recognized in the company. They want corporate to know that, you know, they're becoming a leader and they're helping others. And maybe their goal is just to help others. And growing diamonds is doing that. But if your goal is volume to turn into income, rank is not definitely the thing that you need to go for. It depends how your business is growing. It depends the coaches you have under you. So again, these are conversations that you guys want to think about and be having with your coach, or again, any other mentor that can help you in order to get where you want to be. Don't be scared to talk about where you want to be financially, and scared from a point too that you don't feel like you can achieve it, because I'm telling you right now, anything is possible with this business, and you will achieve it quicker by actually having a conversation with someone and actually knowing what you need to do to get there, instead of trying to do it on your own. I told Lindsay the other day, Keith Callahan is one of my idols in Beachbody for this. For seriously, like, he's never cared about rank. Like, he's gone for income and volume, and he is a millionaire in this business. So if you guys ever, he's actually a great source. I will say, if you don't feel comfortable having these conversations yet with someone, look at his YouTube videos, Keith Callahan and his coach, Nicole Jones. They're both amazing at this. Like, Nicole literally is an expert on how to maximize your income through this business. Like, that was her goal. I don't know if you guys know her story, but she spoke at the first Super Saturday I ever went to. Super inspiring. I think her Super Saturday story is actually on YouTube. She literally bought a challenge pack with like her last penny and told Keith is her coach, and told him, like, I need this to work. I get chills when I talk about it, because she made me cry, and it was like the most amazing story. You know, talking about like going to get gas and being able to put like $2 in because that's all they had. And now they're millionaires. So, I mean, these stories are real. It just goes to show that anyone can do this. She worked hard. She understood what she needed to do to get where she wanted to be. So definitely look them up. Again, align it all with a compelling vision, guys. Like, funnel it into where exactly you want to be. Your short-term goals, your financial goals. Look at a bigger picture. Create a vision board, please. I think I'm going to put this in the page that everyone creates a vision board before next week. It's not that hard. You get a board, you get some magazines, paste it up. But it will make a huge difference, guys. Again, what is your focus? What are you ultimately trying to achieve? Does your coach know all your goals? Again, be as honest with your coach or your mentor, whoever it is, as much as you can be. Use your spouse too, guys. If your spouse is into the business, even if they're not, like Matt has come a long way with me in this business. But he has a different background than me, but it's also a business background, and he's smart, and he helps me think about things in a different way. So, don't be afraid to even have conversations if they will be open to it and you feel like they can add value, to get different perspectives on things. Like in the end, if you're married or if this is you see as your life partner, like you want to be able to talk to them about this business, because this business is going to change your lives if you allow it to. So, start having those conversations too. And build confidence through near-term communication and what's the word I'm looking for? Initiative. So like the small goals that you set for yourself, guys, like Success Club 5 shouldn't be a difficult goal. I know it can be for some people, but my honest opinion is if you're doing all of the daily disciplines, it shouldn't be difficult. So that should be a small goal that everyone hits every month that builds that self-confidence within you in order to build momentum to reach your bigger goals. So again, this is a numbers game. So if you are you're talking to enough people, you should hit Success Club 5. It's 3 people, guys. I honestly think it's possible. And again, if you guys want to talk about this personally, one-on-one, I'm happy to discuss that. Work harder, not smarter. Free groups is something that, I got away from, and Holly's inspiring me to get back in it. And so is Lindsay. You guys have both been really doing them and talking about them a lot. And I'm seeing the value that it's adding through other coaches as well. I've definitely taken more of the approach because of my busy schedule to just form with people and do that. But I'm understanding and seeing the value again in these free groups and how important it is. We're doing a 7-day clean eating challenge right now, and the energy in the group and people are excited about it. It's great. It's just a great way to form with new people, guys. Especially Lindsay, I know we were talking about this a little while back, like how to engage with like page customers, because like you guys don't know them from a hole in the wall. They don't always even accept your friend request. So I just realized through the 7-day eating challenge that they will accept you if you say, please accept me so I can add you to the challenge. So this is a great initiative, guys, to use in order to grow your network. So definitely something to consider and be running. And I know they can take up a little bit of time, but I think it will be worth it in the long run. And I'm going to leave you guys with this. There will always be obstacles to overcome, but discipline, building momentum, and connecting with your short-term and long-term vision will help you to reach your goals. Just basically tying in everything that I just talked about. And I have some other quotes that I found too that I thought were really great. From Plato, the Greek philosopher, he said, the first and best victory is to conquer self. Jim Whittaker said, you can never conquer the mountain, you can only conquer yourself. Where was the next one? And this one, I'll leave you guys with this one. D. Hawk, he's a founder and CEO of Visa International. He said, control is not leadership. Management is not leadership. Leadership is leadership is leadership. If you seek to lead, invest at least 50% of your time lending yourself, your own purpose, ethics, personal principles, motivation, conduct. Invest at least 20% leading those with authority over you and 15% leading your peers. If you don't understand that you work for your mislabeled subordinates, then you know nothing of leadership. You know only tyranny. So that really I thought was a really great quote. Obviously a little long, but I hope this was really valuable to you guys. Let me look at the chat. You guys are great. Do you guys have any questions, or do you want to add anything to what I just said?
I always forget to ask this, so it's probably a dumb question, but
No.
the cruise thing that you guys are always talking about, I don't even know, like, do you have to sign up in advance for that, or how does that whole thing work?
I'm sorry, the what thing?
The cruise thing with the Success Club.
Oh, sorry. I'll send you the link to that. Yeah. So basically, at this point, you have to get on the waiting list, and in order to get off it and earn the trip, you just have to keep hitting Success Club. So
Okay.
you want to sign up as soon as possible so those points start accumulating. So I'll send it to you tonight. It's in the team page somewhere, but I'll tag you on it, or I'll send it to you.
Okay.
And also for the coach summit next year, that's something too. I would just get on the waiting list, because both of them, you don't need to pay anything right now. Basically what will happen is a spot will become available, and then at that point you can decide, do I want to do this or not? So I highly recommend you get on both of those, and I'll just post them in the page because I want other people to see them as well that haven't taken advantage of it yet.
Heather, I just wanted to kind of real life example of what you're saying and how true it is. So I had a personal thing going on at the beginning of this month, so that took precedent over the business. And so I wasn't forming as much. My pipeline, I'm usually constantly talking to people. And so then all of a sudden I had this just 1 week. It was 1 week of not talking to a ton of people and not generating new conversations. And I'm playing catch up now, even from that 1 week. So to Heather's point, that consistency, that doing the vital behaviors every day, it's so true. Even if you miss a day, you have to do extra the next day just to sort of, catch up on it. So I just wanted to let you guys know that I experienced that this month. So don't do it. Just keep talking to people every single day.
Absolutely. Thanks, Lindsay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I was telling, even if you go on vacation, guys, and you feel like you're remote, I mean, as long as you're in an area where, Beachbody works, not in the UK, you can just be talking to people, just talk to people wherever you are, you just never know. I was at the doctor's office with my sister, and when I was home, and this woman had a shaker cup, and I just started a conversation with her about the protein shakes she drinks and all that. So I mean, obviously some people are more shy than others, but always feel like you can be forming, connecting. We're used to be doing it over social media, but you can do it out and about, talking to people. It's always a good conversation starter places. That's why, purchasing the clothing too offline helps, because people just see it and they get interested, the Choose to Shine shirt, it says, ask me about all the programs on the back. So if you guys wear that around, hopefully that would help too. So. And I'm actually going to plan a post where I post all of our pictures, because I think everyone wearing it at this point. So I'm super excited about that. So cute. So keep promoting Choose Your Shine. I love you guys. And thank you so much for calling in tonight. I really appreciate it. And I'll post this as soon as I can. Does anyone else want to say anything? Alrighty, well, I'll talk to you guys soon. I hope you all have a good night.
Thank you. That was a great call, Heather. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.